Welcome back to Andersen Acres. It's time for our weekly update. So this is Saturday night. We are filming about a minute and a half, 2 minutes maybe each day to talk about what we did today. And today we finished clearing out the horse pen, which seems like it took us a few days, and it did. It did. It kept snowing and it was annoying. It also is no longer 40 below. It's actually really nice. I'm not even wearing gloves. Okay, I'm not actually even wearing gloves right now. So everyone is outside. The boys are out there, the boy rabbits. The females are out. Look at those ladies. They're doing beautifully. They are all having a great time. The birds were out. They've started going to bed because, as you can see, the sun is setting. But it is actually not too much colder than the freezing point, which is nice. There goes DK. So it's actually really nice. The dogs are... Where are the dogs? They are in the barn, I think. Probably eating something. Not an animal. They're probably, stealing the snacks that I just gave the chickens. So they're probably eating the snacks. Except Whiskey, who's in the house. But our decorations are not on, but I did spend today rewiring this guy. He's on because he's plugged in direct instead of into the... Those are solar stakes. They come on when the light level is low enough to light everything up. This one's plugged in direct because for some reason it wasn't working, and then I found out that it was near the transformer part, and so I had to rewire that, so that was annoying. That was really annoying. What else did I do today? I installed another solar stake over here, so our little tree up here and our candy canes and our projector will all come on when the light level is low enough. Because, frankly, they don't need to be on all the time. It's a waste of energy. Only some of these lights are going to work right now, mostly because there's a couple that I do have to rewire. And, oh, Tequila's in the house. Someone let her in. I thought she was in the barn, but there's her face right there. So somebody obviously let her in. We also changed the lights on the tree to colored, which sounds more impressive than it is because in reality all I did was hit a button. But, Pippin's there. Pippin's in the window. There goes Jake. I don't know where Jake's going or what Jake's doing. But yeah, Saturday was relatively uneventful. My older son, Tristan, is at his friend's tonight. So I am in charge of bedtime in the barn. I can hear quail. But he did feed them before he left. Obviously the horse and goat are eating. So I'm in charge of barn bedtime tonight, so that'll be fun. Obviously, that doesn't happen till full dark, but that's what I'm doing. And Rowan is home, so I don't have to put his rabbits to bed. But look at those girls. Look at how happy they are. They are all excited. Anyway, we will see what happens on Sunday. And now it's Sunday. So, it being Sunday, we are about a week away from having people at our place for the holidays. So we are working on getting the animals pretty, doggos, getting the horse cleaned up. Thank you, Quail. Quail are making noise. Making sure the rabbits all look good and everything. Making sure everyone's looking happy, looking fine. Burning out the fire pit so we can add proper stuff to it so we can have a nice fire on Christmas Eve. We are basically prepping for the holiday because we only have a week till family gets here. So dogs, hi. So once family gets here, there will be a lot of stuff happening. There's nobody right now. There will be a lot of stuff happening. So we're about a week out from having people to send. So we're getting ready. Whiskey's, doing whiskey things. Whiskey's rolling. So that's what we're doing. The lights just came on over there. That's nice. Those are on a timer now, by the way. There's our tree. Very pretty. But that's basically what we're doing now. There goes the dog. There's a cat in there. So that's basically what we're doing now. We are getting ready for the holidays. So that means making sure people can walk around the yard and visit the animals, making sure the animals look good. We did have a little bit of a duck thing happening where I couldn't find 2 of the ducks for a while. It turned out they were fine. They were in one of the rabbit pens. They just got stuck in there because they can't fly. So they kind of climbed in on that. You see, there's like a little sink there. They kind of climbed in and 2 of them were in there. We had a duck incident, but other than a duck incident, today's mostly been, getting the house cleaned up, getting the yard cleaned up, making sure everyone will be able to see everything when they come for the holidays. It'll be fun. So that's basically what today was about, and that's going to be a lot of this week. So be prepared for me to mostly be saying we're getting ready for the holidays this week. So we'll see how it's going later. I'm going to go stoke up that fire a little bit. We'll see you on Monday. So it's Monday, and Monday evening, we're in the middle of another snowstorm, so there's Tristan waking up the inflatables that got snowed in. We're literally, we shoveled. We shoveled this morning. We shoveled the driveway this morning, and it just won't stop snowing. I don't know. We're just, the animals are fine. The animals don't mind it. In fact, Rowan's rabbits love it. There's Rudolph is now woken up. But there's way too much snow. I don't know. It's just... we're having another snowstorm. So that's Monday now. And I don't know how many more days it's going to snow. But then the temperature's going to freaking plunge. And it's going to be absolutely freezing, like 30 below, 35 below. It's not going to be fun. So that's basically what's going on the farm on Monday night. It's absolutely horrific again. Catch up on Tuesday. Well, it's Tuesday, and we're having a little mini fire because the snow stopped. So, yay. Snow stopped. That's good. It'll start again. We're supposed to get more snow tonight and tomorrow. But little fires happening. We did take the opportunity to clear our paths again. Because, frankly, if we don't, we're not going to be able to move around the yard. But everyone survived the snow again. I did have somebody ask, why when I'm filming at the end of the day is it so dark? Am I waiting really late in the day? No. It's just after 4 o'clock. Let's go check these guys. It's actually just after 4 p.m. The reason it's so dark is we're far enough north that the sun is setting. So, yeah, we don't have a lot of sunlight this time of year. And the darkest day of the year is not till the weekend. So, yeah. So the rabbits do fantastic. I keep getting questions because I'm not really walking over here every day. Well, I am, but not on camera. But the rabbits are doing fantastic. They love this. So we got some rabbits there. Hi, sweetie. She's a beauty. We absolutely love Stump there. She's got such a rich chocolate coat. We absolutely adore her. Here's DK. Cats are fine too, by the way. But everyone does really well. And we've been looking after these guys today. They pulled down their netting again. I had it up. Okay? I had the netting up yesterday after the snow. And now look at it. Look at you buttheads. Bonnie butthead. That's what's going on. So everyone's doing fine today. Mostly I was worrying about rabbit pens today. That was mostly what I was doing. And they pulled theirs down too. And DK's about to jump in. I think maybe it was DK. Maybe DK is pulling their things down. Yes, the cat goes in there. We don't worry about that. But, yeah, today was mostly about the rabbits. Is what we were doing today, is worrying about their pens. Because we got to keep their... Yeah, they love him. But we do have to keep their little area a little more clear of snow because they have their den. And we want to make sure they can get down into their den. So that's mostly what we've been doing today, is removing a bunch of the snow. Because we have had a lot today. So we did a lot of that. Not too much over there, other than obviously normal feeding and stuff. And then our little fire. That's basically what we did on Tuesday. So Hopefully it does not snow tomorrow. Wildfires up here. But hopefully it does not snow tomorrow and we are able to, get a little more done on the farm because I'm kind of done with snow. But we'll see what Wednesday brings. Well, it is Wednesday. And if you've been following us for a while, you might not recognize this beautiful lady. She is quite gorgeous. She's going to leave. I'm on the wrong side of the bed. But she's here in my room. And this lovely lady, her name is Tinsley. Now, she is a broken Harlequin, Vienna marked, and she is a Charlie, meaning she has more white than color. And she's going to be staying with us. She and another rabbit are the newest arrivals, hi sweetheart, on Andersen Acres. So, I'm not going to get into the whole story out of respect for the family, but essentially, do not fall, sweet pea. But essentially, I took her and another rabbit, another Holland in as rescues. The family found themselves in a position where they just couldn't keep them. And that's fine. She's not that used to me yet. We're just getting used to me. Do not fall. No, you're going to fall. But they couldn't keep her. And if you find yourself in a similar position where you have a pet that you cannot keep, then absolutely 100% you should look for someone to take them in. A rescue, a person, find someone who can take them in. And I'm the Holland Lop lady, so I took the Holland Lops in. They're beautiful, beautiful rabbits. And this one will be staying with us. So she's a rescue, but she does come pedigreed. So she's a beautiful, beautiful girl. She has had babies before, apparently, with the owner previous to the owner I got her from. So we will be adding her to our breeding program. Yes, she does have blue eyes. She's quite a lovely girl. And she's going to go up there and cause problems. Don't eat my squishmallow, please. That's the rule in this house. No eating squishmallows. So, she is a lovely girl. She's about 4 pounds, which is larger for a Holland Lop. But she is quite a lovely girl. We are quite excited to have her. She's going to be staying here. The other rabbit that came with her is a male. His name, I think, was Pierre. I might have that wrong. But Pierre will likely not be staying with us. I have somebody who actually would really like him. And he's really sweet as well. But this one, Tinsley, will be staying with us. So welcome, Tinsley, to the farm. That's what we did today. Let's see what happens on Thursday. All right, welcome to Thursday evening. It's 40 below. They're waiting for their dinner, and it's 40 below. It's supposed to warm up right around Christmas, and that would be very nice. And these guys are waiting for their dinner, and those two don't care that it's 40 below. The birds have gone inside. They're so done. It is very, very cold. And even the female rabbits have gone down in because it's dropping right now. It's so cold. So this is not going to be a very long daily update here. We're going to move straight into Friday, where it's supposed to not be 40 below. Well, welcome to Friday. It is not as cold as yesterday. Yesterday was 40 below. It's 15 degrees warmer today, and it's going to be so much warmer over the next few days. In fact, it's supposed to be above freezing by Christmas Day or the day after Christmas Day. So, it's been cold this week, but we've managed and got a couple of extra rabbits, including Tinsley and the boy who is not, well, he has been on camera, but none of his videos have been released yet. But the little boy will not be staying with us. The little boy, Bunny, whose name is Pierre, will not be staying with us. He has another home to go to. So that's basically been this week. Taking in a couple of rescue rabbits and dealing with some extreme cold. The ducks are out, by the way, now. Yesterday, they were so not. But today, they 100% are because it's not nearly as cold. It's still cold. It's just not as cold as it was. These guys are waiting for their dinner, as they are every evening about this time. They're excited to have something to eat. Whiskey's here. These guys weren't, well, these guys were outside in the cold because that's their job. But he wasn't. He has been camped out in the house for 3 days because it's been so cold. So I did promise to answer the question that I was asked, that was part of last week's question, which is, what 3 animals do I not recommend for first-time hobby farmers? Well, the first one I would say is horses. Now, we adore Shadowfax, okay? But horses of any size, I do not recommend for the beginner. Now, we'll go over and check on the rabbits, but if you grew up with horses, you might think, well, that's silly. Horses aren't difficult. If you're familiar with horses, they're not. But if you're new to horses, they can be challenging. They can be completely ridiculous, first of all, because, they injure themselves at the drop of a hat because they're bonkers. But they're also expensive, and they have medical costs that a lot of other farm animals do not. They require some very specialized care, some specialized setups, no matter the size. Rabbits are out today because it's, cold, but not like yesterday. So I definitely do not recommend horses if you're just getting started in the hobby farm world. Boys are out. Hi. Boy number 4 is over there. So I definitely do not recommend a horse for a first-time hobby farmer. Tristan's coming with fresh water and food. He's just dumping a bucket and getting fresh water from the house. But the next animal I do not recommend is cattle. Quality cattle are really expensive. They're difficult to source. They're difficult to rehome. They require a real steep learning curve if you've never looked after cattle before. Milking them isn't as much fun as you think and requires a little bit of practice. And breeding them is either expensive because you're doing AI, or it's dangerous because you're dealing with a bull. So, I do not recommend cattle for the first time hobby farmer. It's not a good idea. Get them after you've had a couple years experience. If you do want to get something dairy, you might want to think of, the dogs are having a great time. But if you want to get something dairy, you might want to get a goat. Practice on them and then upgrade to cows later. Okay? The final critter I am going to mention that you should not get if you're just starting in the world of hobby farming is waterfowl, ducks and geese. And the reason I say that is not because I don't love them. I love our ducks. We've had an excellent experience with ducks. We're not going to trade them for anything. We definitely are going to keep them, and they've been wonderful for us. However, the water issue is insane. Okay? The water issue is completely, just absolutely bonkers. So, quail. They're making noise. So, with waterfowl, they make a mess. They smell. They're not as readily available. Guys. Come on. They're not as readily available as chickens. Whiskey likes to bark when he plays, but they're not as readily available as a chicken. And they require specialized care in the winter if you live in a cold climate. Okay? You do have to take care to make sure they have water when they have food, all of these good things. So I don't recommend waterfowl right off the hop. Okay? Try easier things. Try things like chickens, like goats. It's so much easier to start with something that's plentiful, readily available, and where you won't completely lose your mind looking after them. So if you're just getting started, I would stay away from horses, cattle, and waterfowl. Okay? The easiest ones are things like chickens and goats. Those guys are really, really easy. Okay? Everything else is kind of in the middle. So turkeys are not super difficult. They're not a beginner animal either. They're kind of in the middle. Dogs are having a nutty. So when you're picking what to start with, pick something that is easy to source, easy to look after, and fairly easy to rehome if you decide to get out of it. Remember, there's no shame in becoming a hobby farmer and then deciding it's not for you. It's okay to just go, nah, I can't. I don't want to do this. It's not as much fun as I thought it would be. But if you're going to do that, you still owe those animals that you did take in a decent rehoming experience. And that means you need to absolutely make sure you're able to rehome them. And some of the animals, like cattle, like sheep, can be far more difficult to rehome than something like a chicken. Anyway, that is about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. The ducks just got their evening water and they're loud about it. But that's about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. I hope you enjoyed catching up with us and what we have been up to through the week. I think there's a fox. That's what she's barking at now. But we will see you tomorrow.